You know, eventually everyone gets sick or hurts themselves badly enough that they need to see a doctor. But the question of where you see the doctor is the one that doesn't always have such an easy answer.
Right, it can be kind of confusing if you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. Do you call your own doc? Do you go to urgent care? Do you go to the ER? So we're going to bring in emergency room Dr. Frank McGeorge to kind of help us sort it out, because I think people react very differently. Even in the same house, a mom may think one thing and a dad may think another.
Everyone's calibration is a little different,
Right.
Karen DeMont. Absolutely. You know, this is a tough decision. Of course, there is always the risk of needing more advanced care, in which case you might end up in the ER anyway. But there's also the cost and convenience factor. Here's the thing. If you are ever in doubt about the severity of your problem, the ER is never going to be the wrong choice. Here's one of my colleagues from the University of Michigan's opinion.
The emergency department is set up to provide the full spectrum of life-saving care. Many of them have not only x-rays and CAT scanners, they may have MRI machines, they may have operating rooms, catheterization labs for people having heart attacks, and a lot of services that can help save your life in the event of an emergency.
University of Michigan health emergency physician Dr. Brad Uren points out urgent care is very different.
Urgent cares have a variety of capability depending on where you might be. Many of them are able to treat minor colds. They'll have equipment to look in your ears or your eyes. They may be able to sew up small lacerations and get x-rays for concerns about small broken bones. But they often do not have some of the capabilities, the CAT scanners, the operating rooms, and the backup of specialty care that are present in an emergency department.
Here's his advice on the choice, especially at this time of year.
So during cold and flu season, lots of people are suffering with colds, runny noses, coughs, and trouble breathing. If you believe your symptoms are mild and something that you would ordinarily seek care with your regular doctor, that would be a good reason to go to the urgent care to see if you could be evaluated for that. Now, on the other hand, if you're having severe difficulty breathing or a lot of pain associated with this, those symptoms may be best evaluated in the emergency department to make sure that a life-threatening condition doesn't exist.
Now, as far as when to call your doctor first, that's often a decision that boils down to how long you can wait and how easy it is to contact their office. Often, especially now with many doctors having virtual visit availability, that might actually be the best way to manage a lot of minor issues.
All right, Doc, so Karen mentioned children earlier. Any specific advice for parents who have sick children?
Well, you know, it's kind of similar. The thing is, pediatricians are usually really good at being available for sick visits. But I would say if you have a very sick child, the best place for them is the ER, and preferably one that is associated with a children's hospital.
I appreciate that insight. Thank you.
Sure.